Hi, Leos. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my private reading room and welcome to a timeless love reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. We're going to call in our spirit guides and our angels and ask Spirit for whatever Spirit wants to share with me in this area of your life. These are timeless, so take with you whatever resonates at this time for you. If it's not resonating, check out the playlist below and see if there's another reading for you. Okay, so welcome, my Leos. I'm a Leo, and so I know all about you guys. We're the best, right? We're the best, Leos. All right, let's see what we have. Spirit, I'm so grateful always that you allow me to hear things and feel things and sense things that others may not today. And I ask that you guide me with any messages of love and kindness for my Leos in this area of their lives. I am listening for you now. Culmination. Culmination. All right. We are pulling things together. Now, this is like a fall card. So like we're harvesting things, right? We're pulling things together. All right. Let's see. Pulling together our thoughts, pulling together our feelings, wondering what we're feeling, wondering where we're headed. I have love with the number 10, and I have love. Look at how deeply she's looking into his eyes. Okay, like, deep embrace. All right, so I'm wondering what I'm feeling. And I have sensitivity, but I have a third eye opening there. Okay, I have a third eye on that card. So intuitively, sensitivity, sensitives. I have a deeper feeling. I feel like you're gathering like all kinds of information. I don't know how I want to say this. We're going to get the cards going, but it's almost the sense of I'm gathering clues. I'm gathering things about my person. I want to make sure. I want to, know that this is real. I need to prove it to myself that this is real. I need to make sure I'm not living in a fantasy land. Sometimes when we start a relationship, we feel that way. We feel like this is too good to be true, or I haven't felt like this in a long time, so therefore it's going to go away. So we start to put into perspective, like, are these feelings real, or am I fantasizing? Am I exaggerating? Am I reading into things, right? But I do feel like whatever's going on around you is you're trying to get a handle on it. You're trying to see, is this going to go somewhere? Is this real? Is how it's coming into me. So maybe we need to know if this person's real. I have a 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Pentacles. And I have a 2 of Swords. Okay. I feel like I'm either waiting for this person to make a decision. I don't want to put you in a third party yet unless I start to get more evidence. But I feel like I'm waiting for this person to make a decision. And this person is either giving me lots of excuses and reasons that it's not moving forward at the pace that I would like it to move forward, something like that. But I do feel like, the 9 of Wands does keep moving. They stop and they take a pause. They take a deep breath. They're coming back from battle. They're overburdened. They're stressed. Their life circumstances catches up with them. And then they take that deep breath and they continue on. So this could be something like, this is a really great connection. This person came into my energy really fast. It was too good to be true. I think I've fallen in love with this person. And then all of a sudden, like, either somebody put the brakes on or said, we need to slow this down. I'm not sure. And the fear creeps in, and the insecurity creeps in on somebody's part. And all of a sudden, we don't know where we stand. So we're starting to just kind of analyze this. Like, well, what did he say? What did he mean by that? When was the last time you heard from him? What did he say when you heard from him? And we start to pick apart every little thing that's happening in this connection. The good news is that I have the Wheel of Fortune and I have this Knight of Pentacles, which is telling me that this is moving forward. Okay. It's moving forward slowly. It's moving forward steadily. It's moving forward at maybe this other person's pace and not yours, which is maybe what's upsetting to you. Like, you expected them to call you last night and they didn't, but they call you tonight. So in their mind, they're thinking, yeah, but I called you. But your expectation was that you thought they were going to call you last night. So you were disappointed, but they never said they were going to call you last night. And then when they call you tonight, they can hear it in your voice that you're a little disappointed that you haven't heard from them. So they're setting the pace in this connection. And you're trying to figure out, like, why are they playing games? Do they really want me? If they really wanted me, they would have called me last night. So we're over analyzing this. We are putting way too much thought and effort into what is the other person thinking and feeling. The other person did not analyze that they were going to call or not call you last night. Okay. They just moved on with their life, and tonight was a better night to pick up the phone. They felt like they wanted to talk to you tonight. So you're over analyzing. So for those of you that have a tendency to overthink things, put too much pressure on yourself with what's going to happen next. You don't have control of some of those things. You only have control over what your actions are. Okay. Unless you have some kind of agreement with this person. Of course, if this person had said to you, that you're going to call me, then they would be in the doghouse if they didn't. But if you don't have an expectation and you're overthinking, like, I wish I wanted them to, and then they didn't, and you were disappointed. We have to look at their actions for what they are bringing to us. Okay. What is it that they are giving us? I'm not letting them off the hook. I'm not saying that. But when they do call, even though it's not when you wanted them to, you should be excited that they called. Hi, it's nice to hear from you. Great. Wonderful. I want to see you again. I would love that. That sounds perfect. Because the ball is in this other person's court right now. They are dictating the timeline, and you can't force it. In fact, the opposite's going to happen. If you start to force it, they will back away. They will push you away. So Spirit's saying, just allow this to go at its own pace. Every relationship's at a different pace. Some relationships move very quickly. Some relationships go slow and steady. I feel the same way. They feel the same way about you as you feel about them. So you guys might be at about the same level. Maybe you're both overthinking this, or maybe you're both hesitant to call each other because you don't want it to go too fast or be too pushy, or you don't want to, make a wrong or false move, something like that. But you do both feel the same way about each other. So that's encouraging. I'm trying to figure you out. There's my investigation. I'm trying to see if this is real. I'm trying to see how much time you want to spend with me. I'm trying to see if we can have boundaries where you don't have 24 hours of my time and I can't do anything else. Like, they're trying to figure out where this all fits in. When you start a new relationship and two different people are coming into the same energy, you have to make kind of concessions with time, right? Time, schedules, other lives, other relationships. and you have to fit each other in somehow. And sometimes it's harder than others, and sometimes it's very easy. But they're trying to figure you out to see if this is what you want. All right. So we're working on it. We're working on it. I like a woman who loves and respects herself. So maybe they love the fact that you're independent. Maybe they want to give you space because you work all the time, and they know that you're tired when you get home from work, and they don't want to call you late at night because you got to get up and go to work in the morning. So maybe they're being very respectful of that you have a life and you've had a life before them. So I think we'd have to let this connection just unfold. I really do. I think it's going to be good because I actually like the fact that he's being respectful, he or she, of your time and your space. I don't think they're doing it to play mind games. I don't. Be courageous. Okay, they're stepping forward. One of you is stepping forward. We're stepping into the unknown. We're stepping into something that neither one of us, knows where we're going to end up. That's okay. Just talk to me. I don't know. Maybe we have a conversation about, I can't go a week without hearing from you. And then you just pop back into my life and think that, I'm just going to be on the phone with you for an hour or two, or you just knock on my door and, we pick up where we left off. It's like we need some kind of consistency, or maybe there's some boundaries or some rules that we set without there being rules. But I do feel like this is going to move forward. It's just moving forward at a slower pace than maybe I would like. I have a Queen of Wands. Okay, so there's passion here. I have an Emperor. Maybe this person's very busy. I have a Prince of Pentacles, and I have a Lover's card. Okay. So this is a good connection. I mean, it's definitely a good connection. Maybe that's why we're disappointed that it's not moving faster because it's good connection. So here we are, right? I desire you. I'm interested in you. I'm falling for you. Spirit just said to me, they don't want to screw it up. Okay, that's a whole other thing. Like, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to come on too fast. I don't want to come on too demanding. If I called you every day and every morning, even though that's what I want, you might think I'm a creep. Okay, there's they're not playing mind games with you. They play mind games with themselves. Like, we go on a date and they say, well, I want to see her again or him again in 3 or 4 days. Like, they have like this thing that they do in their head that they think it's so that they don't scare you away or push you away or think you're creepy. Like, I don't want this person to think that I'm like a total creep. People are funny because until you're to a place where you can trust each other and you know what to expect from each other, there is this kind of dance, right? There's this kind of maneuvering of text messages and phone calls and dates and responses and response times. And, I texted you, but you didn't respond right away. Well, I actually wanted to respond right away, but, all my friends told me to wait. Like people play games with themselves. So I think this is going slow and steady. I think it's a Lover's card. I think it's a great connection. I think that we're just excited about it and we want it to go faster. And that's upsetting me. I have a Knight of Wands, so Warrior of Wands in this deck. Pretty card. Yeah. I mean, definitely this Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, I desire you. I want to be with you. I'm seeing you. I have passion for you. I want this to move forward. I want to charge ahead. But I'm holding back. Now, this could turn into something bigger. I have a Justice card. So it ultimately could be that I've just met my soulmate with that Lover's card, somebody I would marry, somebody that I would spend the rest of my life with. And my person doesn't want to screw it up. And that's why they're going slow and steady. That's why they are taking their time. That's why they're making sure that, they're getting to know you. They were, whether you're researching them, they're researching you. We're kind of trying to figure each other out. What is it that you want? What are you looking for in a relationship? So that Nine of Pentacles is, I want to feel secure in this connection. I don't want to just be with somebody that, turns me on and it's great sex. I mean, that's only going to go so far. I want something so much more. I love this card because instead of it being the Fool card, it says potential. This card, this relationship has potential. I like potential. I like potential. You know immediately when somebody doesn't have potential. I'm going to say this is marriage potential. Let's say it that way, right? Like this is marriage potential. Like this could be the person that I actually could see myself marrying, right? There's definitely a thing that happens with marriage. Look at this. This is like the sun. It's a new beginning. This could be marriage potential. You can't, when you meet somebody, I mean, if you want to get married, not everybody wants to get married, but if you meet somebody and let's just say potential to begin with, not necessarily marriage, but you can't help but say this person has potential, right? And you even have a conversation with your friends and they'll say, hey, how'd your date go? What's going on with that guy? And you're like, it's got potential, right? Potential is a good word. It's a good word because it tells me that this can go somewhere. This can go somewhere. This is going to turn into something. So, my Leos, you guys are strong. You know what you want. If you decide that this is somebody that you want and that you're interested in, you probably know. You probably know exactly what it is that you're looking for, what kind of person you want in your life, that you're not going to settle for anything less. A hero. Look at the flames. It's my hero. Maybe I'm proud to be with this person, maybe I'm impressed by this person. They were an emperor earlier too. So maybe you're very happy with their career or their success, or, you like kind of their ambition, something like that. Beautiful. Patience. Spirit has been sharing a lot of messages with patience. We are on this person's timeline for some reason, okay? And we have to take it slow, all right? Even though we want it to speed up a little bit, I kind of want to know where I'm going to be in 5 years from now. Is this going to turn into something? But all indications are telling me yes. Everything is telling me that yes, this person is the real deal, that this has potential, that this is, look at this, like these two, it says unity, and it's like these two little children, we found each other, right? And it's like a universe behind them. And it's this sense of like our inner children have found each other, like we're connected, or just say, like just take my hand, we're ready to travel together, travel through time together. It's just beautiful. Let's get some love messages. Let's see what the love messages are saying today. Let's just see if I can get a sense of where this is headed. Spirit, please share with me any messages of guidance, any love messages, anything this person will be feeling for me now or in the future. What do you have for my Leos? I can't get you out of my head. I think that there's a little bit of a game going on with delaying responses as part of the kind of cat and mouse game. you know, like they texted you or you texted them and they are literally waiting until like maybe they got it at noon, but they're like, oh, I'm going to respond to this afternoon. So she doesn't think that I'm too aggressive or crazy about her, or that, you know, a game of, I don't want her to think that if she says jump, I say how high, you know. So I have a feeling it's a little bit of a cat and mouse in a playful way. I don't think it's a hurtful way. I think we're both just trying to figure each other out. I think that's what's going on. No one has ever believed in me the way that you do. You know, this hero feeling, you know, maybe you are a great cheerleader for them. You know, you're very supportive, you're very positive, you know, you show them the positive side of a situation, or you point out the best qualities in this person. And you're like, no, you don't let anybody, don't think that of yourself. Look at you, you're wonderful, you know. So maybe you bring out the best parts in them, or you're able to identify things in them that they don't see in themselves. So they love that about you. And maybe they do it for you also. I became obsessed with you and it scared me. Maybe they've slowed down this timeline. You know, maybe they were, I want to see you all the time. I want to be with you every night. And I have a life and I have other responsibilities and I have kids or families or a job to get up to in the morning. And I can't, you know, be on like date night every night of the week. So there could be something going on with that where they just slowed it down because they are starting to get scared. And, you know, they just want to make sure they're not going to screw it up, is how I feel. I don't mean to be selfish. You know, maybe they've said, I'm sorry, I've got to work, or I'm busy right now, or I have to do something with my family. You know, I don't know if that's being selfish as much as they have a life, a full life, and so do you. um, while we're trying to bring two worlds together. And that's a really hard thing. That's the hardest part about these connections, is bringing those two worlds together and figuring out, how do we both work together? How does these lives, separate, independent, everything, because we have full lives before we meet somebody, right? I grew up with a bad role model. I'm not sure I know how to give and express the love that you deserve. So there's a little bit of vulnerability coming out, you know, like, am I going to be everything that you need? Am I going to be enough for you? They just said. Okay, so they might feel a little insecure with that. I act like I don't care, but I really do. Yeah. I think that they're holding back. I really do. I think that they're trying to slow things down, holding back on their feelings a little bit. Um, it's almost like I don't want to play my hand in cards, like when you play poker. Like, I've got that poker face on and I don't want to play my hand. I don't want you to see what my next move is going to be. But I think that that's all part of this dance that you guys are going through, getting to know each other. I melt every time I see your smile. That's nice. You know, like, your smile is important. You could turn me on with just a touch. So they're definitely physically attracted to you. Let's get one more of these. I'm offering you something real. I do feel that. I do feel that. I do feel that, excuse me, at the end of the day, this is the real deal. Okay. At the end of the day, it could be that soulmate energy. It could be a commitment. It could be I want to share my life with you. But we're trying to get to know each other right now. I'm trying to figure you out is how it came in right earlier. I'm trying to figure you out, something like that. Um, It's a little bit of a mystery at this point still until we really can't make it concrete. I love that. I'm planning on messaging you soon. Yeah, there's definitely this when I say back and forth, I don't mean it in a sense like it's hot and cold or on again, off again. I mean it as it's consistent enough that there's communication going back and forth, but it's almost this hesitation I have of like I'm waiting for the next time that my phone beeps. Okay, I'm waiting for the next time that they respond to my message, or I haven't heard from them for a little while. What's up? You know, there's some of that going on, little bit of it. I've liked you for a really long time. Okay, so there's definitely an attraction here, and you drive me crazy. I'm trying to figure you out, right? I think that they like you more than you know. I do. I think they like you way more than you know. And they're trying to not show all their cards. I think they're trying to not play that hand yet. I'm in love with you. Yeah. Maybe they haven't come out and said that they're in love with you. Maybe they're like, if I say that, I've crossed over, into like I can't go back from that. So maybe they're holding back on really spilling their feelings, but I do feel like that's coming. If they haven't told you already, I do feel like that's next. I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing. Everything, you are the reason I keep going. You're a cheerleader to them. You support them in some way. So they do appreciate that. I'm going to say every relationship goes at a certain pace. Every relationship has its own, how we came together, how long it took for us to get to a point where we were in a committed relationship, all the steps that we went through, all the kind of craziness that we went through, whether we played games or we didn't. I have a feeling like this is what we're going through. But the good news is I really feel like this guy has feelings, guy or girl. This guy has feelings for you that that are deeper than what they're showing, that are deeper than what they've even verbalized, something like that. So we're going to put this out to the universe, and I want you to just hang in there. I want you to just go at whatever pace Spirit has for this connection and allow it to unfold naturally. Don't push it. Don't try to make something happen. Just try to stay in the day, stay in the now, appreciate what's in front of you, and just allow this energy to naturally unfold on its own. Okay. But I think, my Leos, you've got somebody who really wants to be with you. And we're just going through the motions of trying to figure out how to make this work. So let's ask Spirit for guidance. How beautiful. I want to thank Spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.